the last video I did, I was talking about getting out of debt. And I wanted to follow up a little bit today and talk about debt. And I'm going to approach it a little bit different. There's a lot of experts out there that have done some great teachings on getting out of debt, like the Dave Ramsey and many other people. There's Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And there's a lot of other authors that have put out great books. And there's a lot of great YouTube people that have done very awesome YouTube videos. But I want to talk about the heart, the why behind getting out of debt. Because I believe that I have a lot of a good experience in this, because most people that I know, hundreds and hundreds of people, have struggled with having debt. And I'm talking about consumer debt. Let's be sure we know the difference between good debt, bad debt. Like if you have a debt on your mortgage, that is not necessarily bad debt. But consumer debt most of the time is credit cards, car payments, what? Student loans, things like that. That's bad debt. That can really hurt your finances. And if you don't have any money left over at the end of the month, it really causes a lot of stress. And a lot of people know they want to get out of debt. And you can read books on how to get out of debt. But what's the why? Why go through all that effort to try and get out of debt? It's the same reason that I'm out here today working my legs and my lungs trying to get in shape, because I want the results. So my son here is a little bit newer on mountain biking than I am, so some of the things that I'm doing is a little harder for him, but if he keeps up, he'll do better than me. I think the same thing applies in finances. If you work the problem, get rid of the problem, you'll get out of debt and you'll see the benefits of it. And reading a book is good, but you got to have a why. What's your strong why? What would you do if you were out of debt? Or is it just causing so much stress that you can't even dream? What is the why? Why would you be willing to read the book, go through the process of budgeting your money, figuring out where to stop spending money? And why would you do that? I want you to think about the why, because if you have the strong enough why, you'll go through the steps to get out of debt. And I want to encourage you in that, to really, if you're married, talk to your spouse and say, why are we going to do this? What do we got to do? Because it requires self-discipline. It requires a willingness to change some of your spending habits. Maybe look at ways of making more money. And all those books are great, and all those programs of snowball debt and all that stuff is great, but you got to have a strong why, because when the going gets tough, it's going to hurt. And you got to have a strong why. You got to have a vision. You got to have a good dream for that. And that's what I really want to have you focus on. So I'm going to ask my son a question. You could listen to him. I didn't prepare him for this. So he's 22, and I'm going to ask him what he thinks about debt, watching his mom and dad struggle financially for many years, and now being on the other side where we don't have to worry about a lot of debt. You can just see what his perspective is. So I'm going to put him on the spot here, and he's probably thinking, oh man, here we go. So I'm going to zoom into him. This is Josiah, everybody.
How's it going?
So what's your perspective on debt? Why should people get out of debt? What's your perspective when someone says, what does that mean, get out of debt? What's your perspective?
Well, get out of debt. I'm going to not be in his shadow here. We're out in Colorado, so it's really sunny. I don't have a bulk. Getting out of debt, well, why get out of debt? Because there's freedom when you're not in debt. And I currently have a truck payment, so all the money that I'm making with a monthly paycheck is going towards that. So I don't have any income left over to put towards investing and put towards my future. So if you have even more than that, more than truck payments, like Dad said, a mortgage, student loans, all of that, you don't have room in your financial world for prosperity and for freedom and to put towards your future. You're just constantly thinking about, got to pay this debt off, got to pay this debt off. So I would say the quicker you can pay off debt, the sooner you'll be free to invest in your future.
Yeah, to dream again and really to look at buying better toys. We had to mention that because we like toys.
Yeah.
But if you buy toys before you pay off your student loans or your truck payments, then you're out of balance.
You're not being financially responsible.
Well, that's right. Yeah. So what does a 22-year-old look for when trying to create financial independence? What does that look like?
Financial independence means, besides having like rent and a phone bill and stuff, it'd be putting money into a savings account or a retirement fund. It's never too early to think about retirement. Invest in the stock market. I'm personally learning to invest in real estate. So that's all financial freedom. Once I pay off my truck, I'll be able to spend more time and more money investing in my future.
Yeah, going for those things that give you really joy, but you got to get out of debt first. So, all right, we're going to hit the trail. We'll come back later. We'll talk a little bit more. Stay tuned. Bye. Hello again. Part 2. Getting out of debt. Having a great day. My son's over there doing what he should be doing.
Nice. Trying to get a good picture for a thumbnail for the YouTube video.
Oh, he's a videographer. He's in the right picture, you know, the good shot. You too can see them epic fails. How not to climb. You go, boy. I just love seeing that. Anyway, getting out of debt. I was talking about your why. You got to have that strong why, right? And when you have the strong why, you will do what it takes to get free of your money. Get out of debt. Because when you get out of debt, maybe all you have left is your house mortgage and you have more money coming in than going out. It's a good thing. You can start doing fun things like doing things with your family. You don't have to spend a lot of money, but we're just going out for a bike ride. But when you have freedom of time, so I recommend you start really laying out your plans and your goals about what you want to do when you have more money coming in. I think I mentioned that in my last video that you can, you know, start giving some away or tithing, just helping out other people that are worse off than you. But the bigger plan is what are you going to do when you get out of debt? Is you can start buying assets. You can start creating wealth. You can start doing things with your money to help you create wealth for the rest of your life. And that's what I want to talk about, so you can have freedom in your life. Well, that's what we're all about here. We are freedom hunters, always trying to find the best life. We talk about faith, family, finances, and fun. And we're having some fun today. So I really want to say, figure out what you want to do when you get out of debt. How are you going to celebrate? What are you going to buy yourself? Because when you have some extra money laying around, you've paid off all your consumer debt, and all you have maybe left is a mortgage payment or something, you're starting to see you got to reward yourself. Give yourself, maybe go out for a nice dinner or go out and do something just to celebrate, because you can do this. You just got to focus on your dream and your why. And maybe it's just quality time with your family. And we are blessed. I want you to have your best life now. So get started. Join us. This is Freedom Hunter Pro. See you later. Where there is no trail, make one.
Place your own trail, you said. Oh, that's cool. Look.
Hello.